Yup, we're doing Gloom today. Not a lot to say about this. If you've played at anywhere above like 1400 on Showdown, there's a good chance you've played this team. Especially if you're playing at like the 1700 range, you probably actually have lost to this team because you probably played the authentic player who is using it. Who thankfully I've never run into. I don't think I have, but I've lost to copycats. I'm currently 1-2 against this team lifetime. So we're gonna show it off. We need to spread this through. Shout out to Bruno. I'll link Bruno down below for recreating this team. Thank you very much, or for at least posting a rental. So I'm gonna post their stuff down below. I know Bruno also makes some decent content on YouTube. And if you want to check out some more VGC content like this, of course, like and subscribe for more. And with that said, let's kind of do our best to explain that shit. Frankly, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is the work of a madman, or mad woman, or mad non-binary person, or whoever made the team is psychotic. And I mean that in like the best way possible, because it takes truly like an insane level of derangement and like playing 1600 games in a week to have achieved something like this. Because this is not a team that any sane person thinks of overnight. And it's not only that, but it's not a team that someone does well at like 1700 on Showdown with. Psychotic behavior. Essentially, if you're supposed to find logic in a team like this, the goal is pretty simple. Gloom functions as a kind of decent check to a lot of common mons like Rillaboom and Urshifu. You switch it in, take hits really well. It also has stuff like Sleep Powder, Palm Puff, and Teeter Dance for utility, and Chang Tap is decent to a lot of the physically based restricteds. Specifically the ones that lack Clear Amulet, but it's still decent into them. It's also good for like Urshifu matchup too. Tinglu is great for the Calyrex matchup, and it is good at damage mitigation. The Fissure is especially good on AV again because of the Terapagos and Zamazenta just existing and being so physically bulky that Fissure is a good move again. We have Dugong here, which is nice to side Aqua Jet into our armor with weakness policy and weak armor. Just go for that. We also have Horn Drill, which is good. Just again, similar logic for Tinglu. And the team is built around the Side Spam with Indeedee Armor, again, just standard Side Spam bullshit because Armor always finds a way. And then Lunala finally just wide guard stuff with Power or Meteor Beam because that's what's good. This is a top for Moonblast over a speed control option because it's decent for the dark types that would otherwise pressure Side Spam. And that's about it. If you want to try the team out yourselves, rental code is going to be on screen here as well as the paste in the description below. Thank you guys very much for checking this out. And with that said, let's get into our matches. All right, we're here. For anyone who skipped the intro, we're using the worst team in the world to exist. Not viability wise, it's the worst team to exist because if you lose to this team, like it's one of those things where somehow VGC Twitter has went around and had to justify losing to Gloom. The team kind of just does something. Frankly, I don't know. I honestly, there's no words. I've lost to this team too often. Actually, I've lost to this team way too often on ladder. Like, I think I'm 2-1 against this team, and 1-2 against this team, and 2 losses is too many. It's 2 losses too many. We are taking on Turtle though. Honestly, we have a not terrible matchup into it. Which is a first. I think it's the first time I've ever felt like going into a Turtle team that, you know what, maybe I do have a winnable matchup. I don't think I could pop the actual strat of this team, which is like the Armorer's Weakness Policy or just having like Meteor Beam, Lunala plus Horn Drill, because I think that Dugong and Gloom are my actual bad mons here, which sounds crazy to say. That feels like I'm like fucking with you guys saying that, but no, like I usually one of those two does come to games I found. I do kind of need the Tinglu for damage reduction here. Also, I need Lunala, and then I need Side Spam. So we're gonna go with, I feel like the I actually could probably bench Tinglu in all honesty. I think I'm gonna go with Indeedee, Lunala, I'm gonna go with Armourouge, and I think my final mon will be the Gloom, in fact. I could bring Dugong as well for what it's worth. It's not bad into Turtle. I like the idea though of going for like Strength Tab into a lot of these mons, and it's a decent resistor Urshifu, which I don't have a great check for. So we'll see. Honestly, if nothing else, I feel like the Armourouge could do some decent work, especially if I can keep terrain up against my opponent. I feel pretty confident in this. We'll probably switch out immediately into Gloom though, just to make sure that their team doesn't really get off a lot into me. And then my play will probably be to just go for the Moonblast raw into that Urshifu. Because they're not going to Terra the Urshifu. Spoiler, but on these CM Turtle teams, you never Terra anything that is not Turtle. If you're bringing Turtle, you Terra it or you're failing. So we're going to go for Moonblast into that. I could honestly also just follow me. The issue being though is I don't want them to reset my terrain confidently and then kill my Indeedee. I could also just go for like follow me here. Follow me wouldn't be the worst either, I think. I know this exact team. I've actually used this exact team, in fact, on ladder, and I even included this exact team in my video. It's not the team that I made for the record, but it's a team that I've included before on the channel, so I know the team in general, like how it works. So I know for a fact this is a minus speed Terapagos. I believe it's also Covert Cloak. Assuming they didn't make any changes, that is. For what it's worth, I won't act like I couldn't have made changes, but like Sableye Comfey is a very specific set of Pokemon to throw on these for. So I'm gonna guess they literally ran it as is, which is totally valid. The team is really good, so I can totally get that. They're gonna definitely go for a CM here into most likely probably honestly another CM. They don't have a reason not to. And then I'm gonna switch out into Gloom meanwhile, and then I'm gonna go for a Meteor Beam here into their Turtle. The Meteor Beam is gonna be decent because I can confidently take a hit right now. Actually, I'm gonna go for the Meteor Beam into Rillaboom here, just boost up, and then I'm gonna go for the Gloom. And then I'm going to proceed to go for the Wide Guard plus a Sleep Powder until we can get Turtle asleep, and then I'll try and whittle it down that way with Teeter Dance, and then I'll like Palm Puff up for my for my Shadow Shield, I should say, and we'll try and win the game that way. I'll be honest, using this team is pretty difficult. I will say, again, it's not really a team that like everyone can use, and I say that knowing that I've tried to use the team and I have had pretty mixed results with it. But the team itself is kicking ass because of one specific player. Thankfully, I've not had to encounter, but it's still, again, terrifying. They're going to definitely go for a CM here for sure, though. Yep, they're going for another CM. That's perfectly fine. Let's see. So, what I could probably do... So, I feel like both my mons might take this hit really enough, but I don't see a reason to not just go for the Wide Guard here, plus the... So, okay. So, they probably don't get rid of their terrain right now. They probably let Rillaboom die first. Or maybe they do. I don't actually know. Fuck it. I'm gonna go for Wide Guard here, and I'm gonna go for the Sleep Powder into their Turtle. So I should Sleep Powder the Turtle. They're gonna probably... Yep, so they're switching out. So they're most likely doing this to get back the terrain advantage, which is huge, because they're probably clicking Starstorm plus the Terra right now. If they click base Starstorm here, just to... Okay, so maybe they are gonna click base Starstorm. If they do that just to avoid getting the Wide Guard right here, yeah, so they're doing it just to avoid Wide Guard. Good play, actually. Good play. Unfortunately, that kills Gloom, which... That automatically kind of sucks for me. I don't think I had a much better line, though, in all honesty. We're going to go into Indeedee here. I know for a fact, so they are definitely going to go for the Terra now to clear. I can't really do a lot about that, though. I think I kind of just need to... So I think I kind of just need to go for the... So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure on my line to this, actually, unfortunately. I think I just go for Moongeist into Comfey. And then I need to just go for, like, Follow Me and hope that Comfey maybe draws into that. Because... Oh, no, they're going to go for Help. Okay. Sure, that's fine. At minimum, I'm going to kill Comfey, which is decent. But I don't really have the best line into Turtle. Especially if they're not going for Terra. If they're not going for Terra, I really do not have a good line into that. Now, if they're clicking Earth Power here, this is fine, actually, and now it actually might get me my win. Unfortunately, though, they're not clicking Draining Kiss, which is whatever. I thought they might click Draining Kiss into, like, Starstorm and try and break through and all that way, but I think they're just trying to get Urshifu win at this point, which is fine. I can work around that, actually. What I think my new play is to go for the... I think it's to go for a... I think it's to go for Moonblast into this, and then it's to go for a Endure this turn, and just try and get brought down to, like, as low as possible, so I can hopefully pop my speed boost, and at minimum, I'm just gonna hope that it, like, a stored power does something. I don't think it will, but I'm just gonna hope. I'm just gonna really hope. They're going for Synthesis. Synthesis is crazy, so they have made changes to this team, because that Comfey did not have Synthesis before. It was supposed to be, like, Floral Healing, Draining Kiss, and then, like, Trick Room and Protect. But this is still fine in all honesty. Moonblast still does, it's not terrible damage. Their leftovers probably isn't gonna be enough here. Thankfully, though, we'll also get our, we'll get our priority up, which is huge. That is decent. I think I just go for Moongeist into Comfey, and then I go for the Heat Wave here, and just kind of hope. They're gonna probably Draining Kiss into my Armrouge on the Terra turn for what it's worth. Again, I don't have a super good line to this. I don't think Tinglu really fixed my matchup either. Okay, so to be fair, actually, what I probably should have done, and this is kind of my bad, I think I should have actually banked on Tinglu Dugong as a core and tried to go for Oko move spam into Turtle, which sounds kind of like, you know, oh, don't do that, but like, it was my line. Specifically, I think actually going for Terra on the Turtle would have been the call. They're actually going to let their Urshifu go down, which is, honestly, that's really huge. Hold on, that might be decent for us. Because what I can do now is I could probably actually go for Endure. Endure plus Endure plus going for like a Moonblast into Urshifu most likely is probably coming in. Will probably actually be like a really good line for me. So I think it's the call. Actually, no, sorry. I just go for Moongeist into it. But either way, it's definitely a target Urshifu plus go for Endure. They'll probably just Aqua Jet and then go for like a Stellar Starstorm or whatever. Or actually, they'll probably do... Oh, they're going Comfey. Okay, that's still fine. Yeah, I'm still going to go for an Endure here. Because again, my goal should be to just boost. We're going for Endure. Okay. So thankfully, they're not tearing for some reason. I don't know why they're making that play. They're not going for tear. This is fine. This is like slowly becoming kind of winnable. Because at minimum, I can get off a stored power. And especially if I can get them to like activate a weakness policy for whatever reason, like that's really huge. Comfey is also really weak. So I can take advantage of that as well, which is decent. Again, I'm really shocked that Comfey is not just like going for that Draining Kiss here. Which is kind of fine. Like, I'm really okay with that, actually. Okay. So, my play is to... Let's see. I think it's just go for the Moongeist here. And then just to go for... I think it's just to go for a... Fuck it. I'm going to try and get another Endure off, because it would be great to get that off against Comfey specifically. It's gonna fail, yeah, okay, that's unfortunate. I didn't really have a lot, though. They're definitely clicking, like, Draining Kiss. Yep, okay, Draining Kiss goes off, that's fine. I can at least heal Comfey. And then Turtle is just gonna have to kind of come down to, like, a 1v1 in the endgame, which I don't think I can do, because they're definitely gonna tear. They're just taunting with me at this point. They're really just taunting with me. I should have brought the Dugong. I think if I brought the Dugong, I won. Well, specifically Dugong Tinglu. I think if I brought Tinglu Dugong over the Gloom and the Indeedee, I think I could have won, because Armor still wasn't terrible here. I could have also brought the Indeedee over Armorish, to be fair, just for Follow Me, and that could have been decent. But we'll figure it out either way. I mean, they're gonna definitely they have to know. They have to know. There's no way they're in Masterful and they don't know how the Stellar works. I mean, either way, I'm just gonna go for Moongeist into Urshifu. They're gonna Surging Strikes plus Stellar Starstorm here 100%, and then I definitely lose the game. Like there's no world where they don't know that's the play, right? Like I refuse to believe they don't know that. Okay, thank God. They're gonna go. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my God, yeah, they're really just trying to taunt with me at this point. Okay, so that's still fine. I still lose to Urshifu either way. Because that's definitely just gonna kill with Surging Strike. So it didn't really matter, to be fair. But either way, though, just my brain is numb. My brain is numb. That's not even gonna kill. That won't even kill. It's gonna have to come down to the Earth Power, which the Earth Power will definitively kill. We saw that it did like 50 last time, and without Shadow Shield, it will do like 100. But it's still just like, they made this, like they could have won 4-0. I need that clear. That's the biggest reason they didn't forfeit. It's because they were playing so badly, I had a chance. But even still, like, Turtle is just that good to where it can just kind of do that. And unfortunately, I didn't respect it. That's on me. We're going to get a better game 2 and 3, though. Hopefully, we just don't fight another Turtle. And if I do, I can get Redemption because I'll play it right. But that's why the team has a lot to it, and the niche mons have such a unique purpose here that they're like really essential to game winning. So we're gonna see how the next game goes. All right, after a very disappointing game 1, we actually have a really good matchup in game 2. Specifically, what I'm thinking the line is, so Shadow Rider, thankfully Lunala is a really good matchup into that. Specifically, we can actually probably just bank off of like Lunala Tinglu. I know we're gonna weaken our own offense, but it's not really about Lunala getting off damage. It's more about Lunala having wide guard presence and also just not worrying about like Manchow and stuff like that. And then I think that we go with, let's see. So I feel really confident that we don't bring in Indeedee here. Even their terrain is not worth it. I think we just go with Gloom and just use Gloom as a piece for the rhythm defensively. Honestly, Terra Poison Tinglu is actually probably fine with that. We don't actually need Gloom. Though Gloom was still good for Urshifu. I could actually bring Gloom still. I think like Gloom and Indeedee actually could be decent here. I don't think Dugong's the play. Just because of the fact that there's not really anything I would want to fake out in particular here. And banking off of realistically, so we really only bring Dugong for Armorish games, and even then it's not like a lock. It's a really good way to do it because it applies both fake out and Aqua Jet pressure. And at that point you could kind of justify it, but otherwise though, I mean, I'm not gonna tear them on. I'm not tearing Dugong in this matchup. It's just not a game I would do it. I will say though, I did not. If you asked me a month ago if I thought I'd bring Dugong twice in a 30-day period, I would have called you a fucking liar. I would have asked why you are asking me that question, because there's no reason to ask that question. It's just not a question you ever ask. My opponent though is supposed to be kind of funny right now, and they're gonna ask it anyway, which is fucked up of them, to be honest. Alright. So, my opponent is objectively going to go for a fake out into my Tinglu. I think my play here is to actually go for a Snarl. I'm kind of fine if they CC as well, because I can just take advantage of that and go for a Moonblast here. I know for a fact I'll take like the no boost Astral. I'm very confident in that, despite the 4 times. They're gonna go for Terra here, that's fine. I'm curious if it's gonna be like Terra Kali. I feel like it's probably Terra Kali, just to get rid of their weakness to Moongeist, which is totally valid. Yep, Terra Fairy, okay, that's fine. Yeah, they're probably gonna go for Draining Kiss. It will do like no damage. And then I'm sure that we can take a hit from Tinglu, well, with Tinglu from this. They're gonna go for Fake Out. Yeah, they're wasting a Fake Out turn anyway, which is actually like very fine. They'll go for Astral Barrage here. Let's see, so from here, what I probably do is I probably click Wide Guard plus Terra Poison, and I go for the, let's see, so we're gonna Moonblast. I think I have to kill the, Kali this turn with the Heavy Slam, plus the Terra Poison to get rid of my weakness to the Mienshao, and then I go for Wide Guard here. And I think that should be decent. Committing Terra to Tinglu is fine for this cause, in all honesty. It's pretty good with Terra Poison into this game. I just needed to not, like, throw it out early. Because if they did predict that early on, or if let's say, for example, this turn, because I was always getting either Fake Outed or CC'd this turn, and either way, my immediate play should always be to Snarl, not knowing what their Terra type is. Because there's other viable typings such as Water and Fighting, especially Fighting that could have been good. So knowing that they're Fairy now and that they clicked it at all means that this is always our best play. They didn't click Protect, which is actually really huge. They're probably clicking either Raw Psychic, either Raw Shadow Ball or Astral, yep. Because there's not a world, I don't think there's a world they click Draining here. I mean, maybe not, maybe into Tinglu, but it wouldn't do much. And then meanwhile, the Mienshao is probably clicking Close Combat here. They didn't click Faint already, which is huge. I'm kind of shocked they didn't click Faint already, so they're really valuing killing at Tinglu first, which is decent for us. Meanwhile, I can now just go for that Heavy Slam and take out the Kali, which is going to save us a lot of pressure this game. It's not completely dead, but that is like very close to it. And what I can do now, I can honestly just go for a, I think I just go for a, probably a Snarl here. Because Snarl will at minimum kill the, it'll at minimum kill the Mienshao. And I think I just go for Indeedee, because if they're going for Draining Kiss to try and like get some recovery back, or maybe even just like, you know, kill the Lunala, they're gonna be in for a world of pain. Also, they're gonna probably, honestly, I feel like there's a world where they probably just go for like some sort of swap here on Mienshao anyway. They didn't swap Mienshao, okay. Because I can't imagine a move this would click this turn. My goal here is more to try and punish the Kali for any sort of damage it would go for, especially with the Draining Kiss, if it's gonna take Helmet. It'll get off a good hit, but it's not gonna do a lot. They're gonna go for Psychic. Psychic is fine. It's gonna do a lot, but it won't kill. Perfect, okay. That's enough. That's enough, because it's getting damaged at this point, which is huge. They're gonna taunt me. Taunt is fine. Taunt's a good play, actually, but thankfully we will kill the Mienshao here, which is huge for us. That's their Wide Guard Pokemon gone, which might not seem like a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal. I won't act like it's like game changing or anything, but it is kind of a big deal to have that gone. I'm willing to let the Tinglu go down at this point. They're gonna probably bring in Rillaboom here, but I'm kind of fine with Rillaboom coming in here. Because Rillaboom, while it will reset terrain and get a good fake out turn off, I don't really mind letting Tinglu go down in favor of something else. What I could actually do instead probably is I could probably, let's see, so I think I probably have to go hard into, well, no, actually, so, okay, so, I'm thinking about my line. Okay, so my play is to go for the Snarl and the Dazzling Gleam combination. Just make sure that I can kill a Kali this turn. They're gonna fake out into my Tinglu, perfect. Okay, so they won't kill my Indeedee. And if they're gonna Draining Kiss my Indeedee, they're taking Helmet as well, which is even better, because they're gonna take Helmet and Life Orb. They're not gonna get the most recovery, perfect. They might even die. They might even die to that, which is huge. I feel like it was a misplay. They should have always tried to value killing Tinglu here. I think that was the better call. Maybe they really were worried about Kali sustain though, which is kind of fair. I can kind of get it. But this is huge though. This takes a lot of pressure off. I won't lie, I'm really shocked that I didn't value killing Tinglu here. I think that was the better play to make. But now Tinglu has survived, and it's not going to be useful for the other two Pokemon. But even so, I can get like Grassy Terrain recovery. I can at least force a not Rillaboom into me, which is decent. And even still, I mean, I could probably just click Fisher and just in case they're avoiding me, because there's not really a reason I'd click like Snarl anymore. Or like Tantrum for that matter, especially with the attack drop, there's not a reason. So this is fine. I probably outpace. So my goal here is to actually swap out Indeedee just to reset terrain, clear through the Rillaboom Grassy Glide, and then I go for a Fisher into that Incineroar. If they have Raw Flare Blitz into my Indeedee, that's fine. The goal is more just to get Gloom in so I can reset terrain, because Gloom officially doesn't do a lot. To be fair, Gloom is kind of just here more so like if I happen to fight Urshifu, which I'm not going to, it looks like, but I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, so this is fine. This is very fine. They're going to probably go for, I'm going to guess they're going to go for a knockoff, which is still okay. I'm not too concerned with knockoff. What I'll probably do is I'm just going to go into my Lunala. My Lunala should outbase any sort of common Rillaboom, because we just have a much higher speed here. And then I'm going to go for the Meteor Beam into Incineroar, because they can't really protect around it, because they probably don't have Protect, to be honest. And then that Meteor Beam should do a ton. It might not kill, but it'll probably do enough to where I can finish off the Rillaboom with Indeedee. So we're going to go for that Meteor Beam first into Incineroar, and then I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff here into my Lunala, just in case they for some reason don't value killing it. I doubt that that's going to be the case, but I mean, who really knows? For what it's worth, actually, I should have probably swapped into Indeedee, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. I almost am curious if they predicted around me swapping to Indeedee and went for like a Wood Hammer or like a U-turn or even a Taunt maybe, which is fine. I mean, honestly, again, I got kind of bailed. I should have swapped into Indeedee, because Indeedee then maybe fishing for like Random Helmet would have been good. They're going to Wood Hammer instead, which is kind of fine. My Gloom can still muscle this Rillaboom very well, actually, because despite not having a Violate, I mean, they don't damage Gloom well. Their best move is probably U-turn for it, which is still neutral. I could also probably just go for, like, Pollen Puff into Indeedee and make them take more helmet damage, which is decent. Especially considering, like they're not going to have Terrain anymore, which is not going to boost them. So I can probably just survive off that, too, to be honest. So I think I'm going to do that. Partially because it's funnier, to be honest. But also I think it's a slightly safer win con, to be fair. So we'll go for Gleam here, and then I'm going to go for Pollen Puff into my Indeedee and force them to have to Wood Hammer it. They're going to cancel battle. Okay, perfect. So Gloom won the game right there. I know like Gloom didn't do a ton in the particular match, but like this endgame, Gloom always won. So we'll take that. Thumbnail's not clickbait anymore. The thumbnail wasn't clickbait anyway, frankly. This was one of the least clickbait thumbnails I've done that might seem clickbaity, because this Gloom team is just fucking obnoxious. Especially like if you just ask any highlight or showdown player, they've played the Gloom team. They know the Gloom team. I will get like 5 people in the comments, so I guarantee you will have played the Gloom team and been like, oh fuck man, I'm like 0-3 against this team. I got PTSD. And they're gonna be like just crying about seeing this in their recommended. So we'll see you guys in our next game though. Hopefully in the final game we'll be able to play that a little more polished. Because I played decent this game, a lot better than game 1 at least, but I could have still probably played it better. So I'm gonna hope that we could really show off the team. So we'll see you guys in game number 3. All right, for our final game of the day, we're taking on what looks to be, okay, this is definitely some sort of setup Calyx sort of spam team with like Friend Guard, Clefairy, Helping Hand and Wine Guard sort of stuff, anti-priority, etc. Okay. I think this is actually a really good Armouge game, because they're not leaning Trick Room, that's for sure. I think specifically what we could do here, we can go for Armouge and Dugong pretty immediately, and go for an Endure plus, yeah, so we go for Endure plus Aqua Jet here, immediately pop our thing. We're gonna go for Lunala and Indeedee in the back. I think this should realistically be the line. I definitely don't bring Gloom to a game like this. The goal should be to go for the Endure immediately, and then go for the Aqua Jet into my own Armouge. Hopefully we get Policy activated in time. The one bad lead for that, I guess, would be Mienshao. But even if Mienshao does lead, I'm not too concerned. And then I just have to spam Heat Wave. I just have to spam Heat Wave and follow me, and that should be enough. I feel very confident that should be enough, especially considering that their anti-priority is Serena, which only has issues with my team. So I'm okay with that. We're gonna go with Wo-Chien. Okay, Wo-Chien is kind of psychotic here. With this in mind, I don't even know if let's see, okay. So, I think in theory, I do just lean heavily into that Terrifier immediately. No, actually, no. I go for Endure no matter what. And then I go for an Aqua Jet here into the Armouge, because I want the Policy popped. I want the Policy popped, and that will be for the best. That will be 100% for the best here. And then I'm going to proceed to go for the Armouge here and just start firing off Heat Wave. Even if the Snail goes for Snarl, I'm not too concerned with that, because it'll still be +1, and +1 with the Terrifier as well will be huge. I can then Aqua Jet the Serena, break a Sash, and then go for Heat Wave, and that will, well, not the Serena, the Calyx, and that'll be huge. Armouge, just to make sure, we will double check this. +1 with Heat Wave. They're gonna go for Terra Fairy on the Calyx. That's perfectly fine, actually. We'll go for Heat Wave here. Still, with the Terrifier boost. We'll pop that. We'll still be +1. Versus Cali Rex Shadow Rider. Yeah, so that like nearly kills. It does a lot less than I thought, actually. My goodness. Snail, to be fair, might not click Snarl for what it's worth. It might click Giga Drain. Oh, they're going Calm Mind. Oh, that's... Oh, no. Okay. I might just need to store power. I might just need to store power in Terra. Store power would definitely kill. Oh, they're Pollen Puffing. Oh, thank God. Hold on. This is winnable. This is very winnable suddenly. Okay. So then my play should be to... Hold on. So we're +2 now because they didn't go for that, which is fine. Heat Wave with Terrifier does like 60-something%. I could also stored power. I could Expanding Force and store power though. I'm going to terrain up their Terra Fairy for 1. And with Psychic Terrain, that still doesn't even kill. I think I have to go with the stored power. Let me check. Stored power. Let's see. So that would kill. Stored power plus Aqua Jet would kill the Calyrex. So we're gonna specifically go for Terrifier as well to be less weak to the Wo-Chien. Oh shit, no! Fuck! Okay. Fuck, if that's Sash, I think I lose. Fuck. Oh, they're going Clefairy, okay. This leads me to believe maybe they're not Sash. Fuck. Oh shit. Shit. Why did I... Oh fuck, the timer. Fuck the timer. Okay, fuck. I now need to see if I can take that hit from my own Dugong, especially that Wo-Chien on the field. That is a terrifying attack to have to take now. Can I kill the Calyrex? Can it not be... For what it's worth, they're Calm Mind. They might not be Sash. I feel like that if they're Sash... Thank God. I'll say if they're Sash Calm Mind, that's psychotic. I nearly lost that game to my own fuck up. It just goes to show how cheese armors can be. Unironically though, that +4 speed actually might kind of matter. If they have booster speed Fluttermane, I might even need to go to +6. Which is a line. That's a real line I could be doing here. So unironically, that might somehow be a safety net for us. They're going Mienshao. Okay, so they're Mienshao last month. That's fine. Then yeah, I go for Endure here. And I go for a... Wait. So, okay. No. I go for Stored Power here in Clefairy, and I switch out here into Indeedee, because my goal should be to try and avoid this thing from clicking Fake Out. They're going to battle cancel anyway. Okay, perfect. What a game to end on. Fuck. Oh my goodness. I nearly threw that one so badly at the end. I want you guys to know, I played that, like, horribly. I played that really horribly. I'm so sorry to anyone who clicked on this video thinking that I was playing up to my standards today. I don't know what it is. Today is an off day. I wanted to record, like, 4 of these, but I'm stopping here. Like, this is the one video I'm recording today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, though. If you enjoyed anyway, with us fucking around with Gloom and Dugong, like and subscribe. I highly recommend you guys try out the team yourselves. It's a really fun team. I've had a lot of fun with this one, and it's a really unique team. If anyone tells you that that you can't make fun shit work in a restricted format, this team is proof that you can. You just need to be knowing how you're playing the game, because it's just about playing intelligently. I don't even need to like be playing against people and like playing out on my ass. You just need to kind of know what you're doing, and the team can work. With that said though, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and again, like and subscribe for more. Consider becoming a channel member. We have some awesome informational videos, such as our team builder in-depth guides for the teams that we build ourselves. Tomorrow we'll probably we might have a team up tomorrow actually. Let me double check that. I gotta look through my backlog and see if there's anything I kind of want to try. I do have a team coming soon that's like a really batshit team. But as far as other VGC teams that I want to show off, like tomorrow might be the Wolf team, to be honest. That's probably not one, but we'll have one soon, at minimum every Friday, and on top of also discussion videos. So if you want to check that out, of course, greatly appreciate it. Our current members are Zeke, Mia, Ralph Sakura, Obo, Endless Gadgets, Incog M, Randy Chappa, and our bigger fan, Josh K Ultra Player. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel. It means the world, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a team that's not this, that's for sure. Until then, peace out, guys.